Where is my ongoing supported multiplayer experience for Star Wars? And the reason why I have to talk about this is because Jedi Survivor is amazing. I'm not done with the game yet. I have played so much of Jedi Survivor and this game is incredible. And the single player experience for Star Wars, I feel like, has a longer lasting life. It's more consistent than I feel like a multiplayer game is. You know, when I think about multiplayer games that have recently released, of course I think about Battlefront 2, but also Star Wars Squadrons. Star Wars Squadrons had everything. It had the multiplayer experience. It had the beautiful look, the gameplay, the high skill cap for players to feel like they were the best pilot in the galaxy, but it was not supported and it just died. And of course, you talk about games that are no longer supported like Star Wars Squadrons, like Battlefront 2, and I just feel like there's an empty void. And I feel like this void hurts so much more because of a game like Jedi Survivor. Yes, I love my new game Plus, and I'm going to explore and 100% everything and sit there and make so many videos and just enjoy it, because this I feel like is this generation's Knights of the Old Republic. But man, I really want my own experience, my own character in a multiplayer game. We have Star Wars The Old Republic, Star Wars Galaxies. You know, those games are the MMOs. A lot of people like to think about those games for like some of their best multiplayer experiences, and of course Battlefront. But those games specifically were create your own character, experience the universe and the galaxy for yourself, make your own class. And Star Wars Galaxy goes into some insane depth that I feel like we are probably never gonna ever see in another Star Wars game, with like being a diplomat and then, you know, then you're a pilot and then you have the ability after so long to be force sensitive and become a Jedi or a dark Jedi. And then of course there's so much other events that happen in that game that everyone always talks about. I think even Sam Witwer was talking about it on one of his podcasts a long time ago. But I digress. I miss Star Wars video games that are supported. Multiplayer experiences. I mean, it's to the point where I'm playing Fortnite and Fortnite does it better than a lot of video games. A lot of current gen Star Wars video games. It's not even a Star Wars video games, and the collaborations are better than majority of the experience we've gotten in the last decade for Star Wars multiplayer games. I think it says a lot because I was so against Fortnite when I saw it. I mean, I could not get into the building thing. I'm a Halo person, so the building stuff was like really awkward to me. But then they came out with no build, and I actually vastly enjoy that type of gameplay. And then, of course, now you got Kylo Ren, now you got Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader. Yeah, I've spent quite a money on Fortnite recently just because of Star Wars. And I don't think it's going to get any better for Star Wars fans because I feel like most of the games that we know about are only single player. Of course, Jedi Survivor's out now. I know that there's a Respawn FPS, and then of course the Ubisoft open world game. But nobody knows whether or not these are multiplayer games. I think these are all single player. I'm hoping one of them has some certain strand of multiplayer, but I'm not getting my hopes up. I'm not really sure if we're ever going to get another multiplayer experience, especially when you see how well Jedi Survivor's thought process is, the combat, but also the experience to the new worlds that we've never seen, and also something like Coruscant. I mean, just give me one world. It doesn't have to be a galactic, you know, conquest type open world for everywhere I'm going, open universe, I guess you could say. But you know, I hear about the rumored Mandalorian game. You know, you hear about all these video games like a High Republic MMO or something. Whatever it is, just give it to me, because I feel like the longer we have to wait, well, the larger this problem is going to get for Star Wars. And of course, eventually, when you wait for something over and over and over, it's going to be disappointing because it just can't fill what you've already imagined it to be. It's taken so long to come out. But I hope we get that experience soon. It's like what I was talking about in my old podcast with the Jedi Knight games. You know, the Jedi Knight, Jedi Outcast had multiplayer games, and you can actually use your old Xbox or your old PlayStation, and they were backwards compatible, and they still had an online service, as well as some of the older Battlefront games. And that was one of the greatest experiences I've ever had for Star Wars in terms of multiplayer. And of course, movie battles, if you ever were able to download that mod on the PC, which is one of the best Star Wars games ever. When I play as Cal Kestis in Jedi Survivor, and I got so many different forms with, you know, the single blade, the double bladed, the dual wielding, and then of course the blaster style and the cross guard. What, that's so freaking crazy. And now you're making me feel like Kyle Katarn with the blaster. I just miss that, man. I miss that feeling of, this is the character, you take this character, and now you're gonna go and play other characters, other people's characters that that they've created and that you experience too. And the whole social aspect of it too, kind of like how Destiny does with the social hub, where you go and join and you see everyone else and their characters and stuff. I feel like that's a part of Star Wars. The identity for you and your fandom as a Star Wars is missing. It's kind of sad that we only really get that into a game that is all about collaborations in Fortnite, where everyone's joining in the lobby and they're all emoting and everything, but at least you could just play as Luke Skywalker and Leia and everybody else that you like, right? I hope there's a game out there. I hope there's a game that's coming out soon, because your boy has been waiting, and I am starving for this Star Wars experience, and I hope we get it soon. Are you interested in a Star Wars multiplayer game? Maybe there's a video game or an experience that hasn't come out yet that you want to see. Let me know in the comment section below, fam. But I'm gonna go play some more Jedi Survivor. I cannot wait. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and it's about that time, fam. We'll see you around, all right? Deuces.